My grandfather bought this property 3 generations ago. The size of those plums. These are where my plum trees come from. These land and make babies. Sprout up. That was my grandma's greenhouse. Zeke. You're in the heart and the core of the Major Family Farm Center. Well, it's not a major truck reservation. It's a major Volvo resurrection. But
and it's in great shape except for the people that worked on it. It's all ready to go. Somebody's just got to put everything back where it's supposed to be.
Beautiful car. We're going to go look at the garden. Emily's not here right now, but we're going to give ourselves a self-tour.
Heck of a view.
Check in. It's mid-June. Okay, we're back. Been following along. Everything's in a full-size form now. These are the peas that were the wall of the greenhouse here, if you remember. And they're quite the wall. Potted plants. All the tomatoes are gone now. They've either been planted or recycled. The other cherry tree was loaded up, but the birds came and took a lot, and so did we. Hang on 1 second. Okay. We'll look inside the greenhouse and see what it looks like this time of year. It's winding down, I think, probably. Yeah. Still got a lot going on, but everything's moved outside for now. You remember this? It's massive now. Look at all these flowers. They're as tall as me. I have you at head level. There's that cherry tree with cherries all over it. You see the apples load up, and they're about to half size. But a full tree is loaded up. So all the zinnias and calendulas and everything are going off, and different colored amaranths, and oh man, that's as tall as me. Look at the different sunflowers too. Always different varieties. We'll walk down the main aisle here. Remember this? This was all just getting going in the last video. Isn't that insane? Look at that. So these are all edible plants in here. You have calendulas and borage and nasturtiums, everything going on. Oh, we got cosmos. That's like a little fantasy land, and then the beams creeping up on the back side of the whole thing. Check out Walt Disney. That's a good way to start your garden walk every day, right? Oh, these are the lemon cucumbers with amaranth planted behind it there. You see the tall purple wall? And looks like tomatillo. And what are these? Oh. okra. Here's the tomatoes. And they're chest high. Look at that row. You have to walk out there and give us some perspective, old man farmer.
Let me perspective this first. I just glued it together and you see if the joint down.
Oh, he's working on the water line. We'll follow him. These peas, it's not pea season anymore, so what's left are going to seed. You know, everything always gets reused for seed. These apple trees are loaded up, each branch. That's a short little tree with a bunch of just loaded branches.
Oh, I see an error in the way.
Tomato trellis 1. And it looks like we got tomatoes on the way. We just need more hot days. And we have all of our peppers. There's a shot of a human by these tomatoes. Nobody.
Yeah, they're big out there now, but they're not changing color yet.
You have tomatoes on now?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's like down here. There's big ones hanging off the vines that you can see. If you like look down in here, see the big ones hanging on the vine.
Oh yeah.
But most of them are sheltered in the center, and it's hard to see them because all these blooms that you see now will be later crops, and the ones that set earlier in the year with all the rain and stuff typically are in the inside of the plant where they didn't get knocked off and bombed and all that.
Yeah.
And as usual, we carefully labeled everything. Kept track of everything, and some of the tomatoes are putting out weird, different kinds of tomatoes than their labels say, so.
Well,
Yeah.
holy moly. It's a lot of tomatoes.
Oh yeah, take a shot of that one there, and then you can see more down in there.
Oh yeah.
They're loaded up, they're just not, it'll take another couple of weeks for them to start getting color and finish sizing.
And this garden's not open to the public all the time, or hardly ever do the public come back here, but there is a public face, and my sister was telling me, it got my goat a little bit, but somebody had confronted her and said, there's no way that you guys are producing all this food off of your little piece of land, and like,
Yeah, well, now we just refer them to the quest for detail.
well, I'm just saying, wow, you know.
That whole row is cherry tomatoes over there.
This one here.
I'm not sure how many little dwarves we're going to get to help us pick all the cherry tomatoes.
I love cherry tomatoes and sweet 100s. I'm not the biggest fan of big juicy tomatoes unless they're sliced up.
Right.
But I love eating handfuls of
Well,
little ones, especially late season when they get sour.
Right.
I want one of those.
And this is perfect because when kids come here and they want to, you know, just go wild in the garden, we let them go up and down the back side of the fence there.
Oh yeah.
They really can't hurt the tomato plants, but it's just a wall of all different kinds of cherry tomatoes. They can just go along and stuff themselves, you know.
With mulberries dripping overhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I see Emily was telling me that was this one. This one's Tessa's playland. So
Yeah.
she's got her gazebo, her trampoline, and then sister on the other side there. So kids incorporated, and they're in the back with everybody. And she does the high wire routines and stuff. But look, I don't even recognize these. That's what I was afraid of.
That's the, you mix it with tomatoes and make basil. Different varieties.
Oh, that's a type of basil. Okay, wow. So yeah, they use every inch, and I see you guys got your day squash, your crooknecks probably.
Zucchini and butternut.
Butternut and
Yeah,
zucchini.
and then the lemon cucumbers over there in that hollow.
Side patch hollow. Climb out through here now. And all of these start laying down, and then these guys are literally, when they say, I've been crawling on my hands and knees for 6 hours through the tomato forest. I mean, they are. The tomatoes would be all down inside of here, and they got to pull the carts down on the side and down the paths and load those up and take them out and make all the different bins and boxes. And I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, these are more lemon cucumbers?
These are lemon cucumbers.
Okay.
Those are standard cucumbers in the top half.
Okay, I got it backwards. And then edible pathways. I mean, those are some lettuce greens or chicken greens or rabbit greens.
Yeah. Oh yeah, somebody's got to get out here and weed around this again.
Well, I wouldn't mind having those weeds in my house. Wow.
Oh yeah, we got, you know, cucumbers coming up from last year. Those are ground cherries in the basket hiding in there among the amaranths. And this,
Another mulberry.
Yeah. It's getting more.
Pears, apples. It's getting more what?
Oh, every year it's easier and easier to weed because you only take about half of what's here now. The rest of them are what we call good weeds and wild vegetables that have gone wild. They take up space without being harmful, you know.
Yeah.
Gives the critters something to eat besides our special stuff too.
You gotta have something to take up space too,
Yeah.
right? Otherwise something will grow there and it could be an undesirable.
Right.
So you might as well choose an army of things that you're okay with.
Right.
And
Yeah,
spend
like-
your energy picking and eating.
Right. We weeded that little area and just left like the calendula and a couple of things.
Right.
We're going to let them kind of crowd the rest of the stuff out because when they're done blooming, you just go through, shoop them off and let them reseed. Yeah. Yeah, get to start the compost area up again.
Oh yeah, layering that in here and then you're just gardening over the top of it.
Well, so far we've been just peeling the top back, taking the under layers and spreading it in the garden. But as we move the compost pile further towards the front as we fill all this up, it'll end up being more garden patch eventually.
Yeah, it's a compost tractor.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
move
kinda
along
like
the
that.
land and then plant on top of your old pile site. It's
We
a
got
good
kind of
trick.
an old compost tractor, but
Yeah. Well, they can go as slow as you want. I got a box. It's a 4 foot by 4 foot. I made Lincoln logs out of, reusing some wood. And I move that only a couple of every years. I'll just kind of move it to a new spot. But when I do, where it's sat,
yeah.
because there's nobody, I leave the connection to the soil so worms can crawl up and down. And man,
Yeah.
it's a good spot. And that's a tractor.
Yeah.
Just a rotating pile on your land. Good
Well,
stuff.
And there's a couple of patches every year where we can get the dump truck in here and dump big loads of compost and stuff, and then,
Oh yeah,
and then
before
plus
you
everything
plant.
off the property goes in layers and that, so it ends up layering up. And, well, you dig down a foot or two, and it's just smoking, disintegrated goodness.
Awesome.
I like to dig till I hit redworms, and then I know I'm in the zone.
Yeah, that's the red sauce in the lasagna.
That's right. Thought I was gaining ground on them too, but they're such wasteful little things. They just eat the 4 inches right at where it goes in the ground. See, it's still got roots in it. Yeah, I'll stick it back in the ground. Maybe it'll grow. Probably not. But he only ate one and he left two coming up out of it. So what? And we already reseeded once for, see, the little plants. And the bare spots are where we'll come in another week or so and reseed again. Try and get waves, you know.
Oh yeah. That's what nature does, right? Plant a lot and some of them make it through.
Yeah, but then you get 2 weeks of heat and they all come in at once. But you never know unless you try.
Yeah.
Keeps us old folk busy, you know.
And here's the path. It's literally an edible path. So anywhere where a weed could grow, it can't. And because this is desirable, It grows low. It's actually gone micro. You can see the leaves on it. It's the same as the larger varieties. That it's the same variety, and somewhere else it would get big, but it's being walked on and has a tendency to get all macro. So it's to overlap the plastic, and there's just, if you do that, there's no spot for a bad weed to get in. A weed is a plant that you don't want, and you know, ornamental or anything else is a plant that you do want, and it's your choice in between the two. So
if you see bare spots, that's where we go along and pull out the foxtail and that corkscrew plant, and the ones that are, you know, hazardous.
The crane's bill and things with stickers. That's
goat's foot and all that stuff.
That's how you choose your undesirables, is things that you don't like, and that could be based on if they're overly invasive, if they're bad to other plants, bad to animals, because of texture, pain, poison, anything.
It's like this, I'm not sure what it is, but we're slowly getting rid of it because it grows so darn fast, it's labor.
It comes out of birdseed.
Yeah.
It comes out of birdseed. I see it spreading around, and you can tell it when it puts out its stuff and it has all the little birdseed. It's one of the birdseed one.
And we leave the little...
They call this pigweed, but it's a wild amaranth, the smallest of them.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's just like these purple amaranth in the background, and then the quinoa is the largest of the family. It has a seed that you can actually eat as a grain. You can eat all of them, but these are the smallest.
And those are actually okay. The only problem with them is if you let them go, they get such big trunks on them that they're kind of trip hazards and stuff.
And competitive with smaller plants, so they're called a pigweed, and so that can put them on a list, but maybe after painful poking and even more invasive. Like airborne is always a super scary invasive. And then the purslane and stuff is just all the edibles. And
it's time to pull the pea patch and put in the late squash and stuff. They're done for the year pretty much. Too hot. But we got lots of peas out of that patch. So I'll go through and scare all the gophers.
Thanks for the tour.
Hey, anytime. Back to plumbing.
And we will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining me on the Dirt Journal and the Quest for Details channel. Hey, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button below. Helps the Quest for Details grow. I appreciate the support. And if you double click the bell icon next to it, you'll get a notification each time we put out a new video. Enjoying this, don't forget that on the Quest for Details homepage, if you click on the videos, then it will take you to all of the videos that I've posted in the past. They're all still there saved, and there's quite a few of them, and they grow every day.